Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we jump into a whole stack of sources, pull out the really key stuff, and basically help you get genuinely well informed. Maybe find a few surprising things along the way, too.
And today, we're tackling something pretty personal, but yeah, really universal.
Yeah.
How to navigate and actually heal from a breakup.
Yeah.
We're looking at this guide, basically, designed to give practical steps, real clarity, when things feel, well, pretty overwhelming.
Exactly. So maybe you're right in the thick of it just after a split, feeling totally lost.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're still kind of tangled up with someone from years ago. This deep dive, it's for you. We want to offer some insights for healing, definitely for growth, and, moving forward.
Okay, let's just get straight to it. Breakups hurt a lot. And our sources, they really dig into why it's so intense. It's not just like being sad.
No.
It's this deep physical, even neurochemical thing happening in your brain. The guide calls it grief with no funeral.
Wow. Grief with no funeral. That hits hard.
Right. It messes with your brain's reward pathways, shakes your sense of self. Doesn't matter if it was 3 months or 3 years. If you cared, it's a real loss.
That's such a key point. It's not just losing the person, is it? When you look at the sources.
No, it's way more.
It's losing the routines, the comfort, those future plans you built together. And like the guide says, parts of your relational self, who you were in that relationship.
Exactly. You're fundamentally grieving a version of your life that, well, it just doesn't exist anymore. That future you saw, gone. And that's huge. It deserves to be acknowledged.
And this is the absolute core truth we found. There is zero shame in feeling that grief. None.
Absolutely.
The guide is really clear. The fastest way to heal isn't trying to, skip the pain or go around it.
No shortcuts.
No, it's actually having the courage to face it head on.
So step one, the first really crucial thing the guide lays out, it's making space to actually feel it all.
Not just conceptually feeling it.
Right. Like really feeling it. Crying if you need to cry, maybe journaling, or just sitting with that uncomfortable feeling without reaching for your phone immediately.
Yeah, because trying to suppress it, the guide really warns against that. It just delays everything. So counterproductive.
Totally.
All those common things, endless scrolling, drinking too much, jumping straight into another fling.
Numbing tactics.
Exactly. The guide says they're just distractions. They postpone the real work you need to do. It's like trying to patch a leaking dam with sticky tape or something.
Good analogy. Yeah. And that's why the guide pushes for this self-inquiry thing. Asking yourself honestly, okay, what am I really feeling right now? Is it sadness? Is it rejection? Maybe it's anger you didn't even realize was simmering there.
And just naming those emotions, right? The sources suggest that actually takes away some of their power.
It really can.
It makes it something you can look at instead of something that just swamps you. And this is important from the guide. Healing isn't like a straight line upwards.
Definitely not linear.
Some days might feel okay, maybe even good. Others, it hits you out of nowhere. And that up and down, totally normal. It actually means you're processing.
Right. So you're allowing the feelings, but then there's this other hurdle the guide points out, this pull to keep checking in on the source of the pain.
Ah, yes, the X.
Which brings us to the next step. It's tough, no doubt, but really necessary. Cutting contact.
Blocking, muting, unfollowing, at least for a while.
Yep. And the reason why, according to the guide, goes deeper than just avoiding awkwardness. It's about breaking what's essentially a neurological addiction.
An addiction, wow.
Yeah, constantly checking their stories, rereading messages, seeing who they're with. It keeps triggering this intermittent reinforcement loop in your brain, like a slot machine.
Ah, okay. So those little hits, even painful ones, keep you hooked.
Exactly. It prevents you from actually disengaging and healing properly.
That makes so much sense. And the benefit of that distance, that space, perspective, right?
Huge. The guide explains it helps you start separating the real person from maybe this, idealized version you've built up.
We do that, don't we? Create the highlight reel in our heads.
We do. Distance helps you see more clearly. And just to be super clear, no contact isn't about revenge. It's not about punishing them.
Right.
It's about self-respect, self-preservation, giving yourself the room you need to breathe and heal. It's radical self-care, really.
Okay, so you've made that space. You're feeling the feelings. Now what? This is where the guide says the kind of real healing starts.
Yeah, this is about reconnecting with you.
Yourself.
The guide prompts you to think back. Who were you before this relationship? What did you love doing just for you? What got pushed aside?
Good questions.
And it's about actively rebuilding that identity, not just waiting for it to come back.
But for practical things.
Yeah, concrete stuff like establishing new routines that are just for you, setting some new goals, maybe small ones at first, going for walks, trying something creative, reconnecting with old friends you haven't seen in ages.
And here's something I found really profound in the guide. The breakup itself. It doesn't define you.
No.
Instead, it reveals you. It's like a mirror, showing you where maybe you gave too much or settled or ignored your own needs.
That's such a powerful shift. Seeing the pain, not just as pain, but as fuel. Fuel for growth.
Right.
It encourages you to lean in and ask, okay, what's this teaching me?
Yeah.
About me, about what I want.
Okay, but what about, and this is maybe the hardest part the sources identified, letting go of the what ifs.
Oh, the what ifs, they're brutal.
What if we tried again? What if I done this differently? That constant loop in your head.
It's a total mind trap. The guide calls it catastrophizing sometimes, or just replaying these alternate realities that don't exist.
Yeah.
But the truth, usually, is that if it ended, there was a reason, a fundamental one. Healing faster means accepting what is, not obsessing over what might have been.
That catastrophizing idea really lands. So how do you actively fight that? Because the guide says something really empowering here. You don't need closure from your ex. You can actually give it to yourself.
Yes, exactly. The guide even suggests things like rescripting exercises, consciously redirecting those what-if thoughts towards the future you do want.
Okay.
And often, the real closure, it's not some big talk, it's an internal click. It's realizing, okay, they weren't my forever person, and accepting that. And that acceptance, that's okay. It's entirely yours.
That feels lighter, just hearing that.
Good. Because that leads right into the next powerful shift the guide talks about. Stop looking backwards. Start actively looking forward.
Okay.
Creating a new vision for your life.
Yeah.
Without them. Consciously.
And the sources have some really good questions to guide that visioning, right?
Yeah, really potent ones like, what kind of love do you really want now? What boundaries are you absolutely putting in place next time?
Non-negotiables.
Exactly. And what will you just never, ever settle for again?
Asking those questions feels like taking your power back.
It is. Because the guide wraps this part up by saying, heartbreak, if you let it, can be an incredible teacher. It really shows you what you deserve.
Yeah.
But you have to be willing to listen to the lessons.
So if you're listening to this and you're right in the middle of that heartbreak, please hear this. From everything we've looked at, it honestly won't feel like this forever.
It won't.
You're way stronger than you think right now. And these tools, this process, you have it in you to heal and honestly build something even better.
And remember that redefinition of healing from the guide. It's not about forgetting them.
No.
It's about remembering without breaking.
Yeah.
Healing is loving yourself enough to move on, to choose that future.
So thinking about all that, if healing means remembering without breaking, what new version of you are you ready to remember, embrace, and really step into now that you've navigated this deep dive with us?